What's up, everybody? Great 2G here, professional microtransaction analyst and pay-to-win investigator. We have today Mini 2G by our side. If you can see this little forehead right here on the bottom of the screen, let's hope he allows us to make this video quickly. All right, so let's have a look at the shop. You can see there are some prices here. I am on the Korean server, as you can see as well. I'm using an English translation patch, which I guess translates the prices to. So yeah, don't pay too much attention to these prices because they actually look like they might be pretty accurate for release. But yeah, again, this is the Korean server, so this could all be completely different come global release. So as we can see here, diamonds are our primary currency, and you can exchange those for rubies if you want. In this game, the rubies are actually quite useful, and you do need to exchange for them now and then. Now, if we click this button up here, we can see the list of all the currencies in the game, and to be honest, for a free-to-play game, this is not very many. Usually free-to-play games, especially if they're on mobile, have like at least 15 different currencies. You can see we have gold, diamonds, free diamonds. Apparently you can get free diamonds from the game. I have never seen, that's practically unheard of, that a game would give you a free, or their premium currency for free. Then rubies paid, rubies free, gemstone of merit, gemstone of courage, guild coin, and guild seal. So gemstone of merit and gemstone of courage are pretty important. These are basically the currencies that you earn that you can exchange for reroll items as well. You see, I have no merit and mostly courage because I'm a low level. I think gemstone of merit doesn't start dropping to like level 70 or something. I didn't go that hard on Korea server, so I'm still on gemstone of courage. The things that can be bought in this game are pretty similar to Path of Exile. You can buy storage, which are basically stash tabs, general storage, which is your basic inventory, expand your bag there as well, name changes, pet ability, Zodiac Walker. Zodiac Walker is basically the subscription service. As you can see here, you can subscribe for 28 days. You get one free resurrection scroll per purchase every day. Accelerates your alchemy crafting by 25%. You can get list 3 more items in the auction house. By default, you can only list 3, so that's double. You get free costume dyes and free armor dyes. And then pet ability is pretty important because you do get a pet in the game, but if you don't have the pet ability bought, you cannot, or your pet basically is just cosmetic. If you buy the pet ability, your pet will actually pick up loot for you, and you can use your pet to sell stuff to every 10 minutes or so. You can earn this for free. So as you can see, for 150 rubies, you can get the pet ability for 7 days. 150 rubies isn't too tough to get. You can get that in about a day or two just by selling stuff on the auction house. But for the most part, and this will basically just be a tip for you guys, if I was to say the one thing you really you need to get, if you had to buy one thing, it would be the essence storage, because you get so many essences. I don't have it on this character. Let me just show you, for example, what the essence storage would take. So basically from this all the way down here, we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, almost 30 slots that would be freed up just by having that essence storage. As you can see, I'm at 88 out of 100. So yeah, this stuff is clogging up my inventory. Now, if we dig a bit deeper into the shop, we can see that this game is fairly pay to win. You go into the bundle section here, we see all these things that you can purchase for thousands and thousands of rubies. So yeah, these are pretty expensive. You can buy some of these weekly, some of these monthly. Again, you can earn rubies in game as a free-to-play player, and it's not too hard to do that. But again, obviously, this is pretty simple to swipe and just get all this stuff and get ahead pretty easily. So if we go over to the auction house, you can see you can basically sell everything as far as gear goes. I haven't really seen any gear that's bound or anything like that. Maybe that happens later on in the end game, but as it is right now, you can basically sell everything. This is the Korean server again, so the prices on these lower level stuff are going to be probably extremely cheap right now, but just for example, you can see that, yeah, these are all pretty cheap. You can see that you can basically sell everything and earn some rubies. These are all going for 10 rubies buyout, so that's pretty much the minimum. Let's talk about another thing. They do have very nice catch-up mechanics and catch-up events in this game. As we can see here, I hadn't played the Korean server basically since launch. I came back, they give me this 30-do monthly attendance event, which gives me tons and tons of reroll materials, tons of gold, basically everything you need to help you catch up a little bit. They have these other events here, this I guess that's supposed to be Fiesta probably, Fiesta event where, again, you get tons of materials, tons of gold, that sort of thing. This is something you can buy into as well. It's if you want to catch up on whaling. It looks like 31,000 won. I don't know how much that is in dollars. And then they have a battle pass, of course, too, and your daily events. So if you are joining late, you will have a chance to catch up. They will start throwing tons of stuff at you. As you saw earlier, I have like 8,000 or something gemstone of courage, which is not at all typical for a level 30. They definitely have been throwing tons of gemstones at me and other stuff as well. So yeah, this game, although I just mentioned it's quite pay to win, I believe it is also very free to play friendly, and that's also a very important thing to note. So if we go over here to the ore vendor, like I mentioned before, this is where you can exchange your gemstones of might and courage for rerolls. So you can see over here, for 50 gemstones, I can get a magic birth essence, which rerolls the amount of options on a magic piece of gear. We can scroll down a bit and you can see we can get rune birth essence as well, which rerolls the number of linked slots on your skills. So this is probably the #1 hardest thing to get in the game, is getting a 6-sided skill. As you see, I only have 4 on a couple of mine, and most of them are 3 or 4. So this is basically like the end game. You want to have your main skill with all 6 sides lit up with the colors that you prefer. The hardest part is getting the 6 sides. Now the thing, like I've heard from multiple sources, that after 1,500 rerolls, you are guaranteed to get a 6-sided skill. So there's a pity system in the game, and that's extremely generous. This is basically the equivalent of the game giving you a 5 out of 5 star gem pretty much completely ranked up in Diablo Immortal, for example. So imagine if Diablo Immortal were to actually have a pity system that really did take pity on you, instead of giving you a 2 out of 5 star gem or whatever after however many rifts. This game actually gives you what you want after 1,500 rerolls. Again, 1,500 is kind of a lot, but not too many. Like, you do get quite a few free reroll materials while you're leveling, and they do drop on the ground and that sort of thing. So you will get those rerolls. If you're an active player, it'll probably be like, I would say between 6 and 8 weeks to get 1,500. It's not that bad. We're not talking about half of your life or 50 years like some other games might require for you to get their 5 out of 5 star gems as a free to play. But yeah, I have heard this from multiple sources that there is this pity system, and some of them are saying that it's not 1,500 every time. It's like for your first skill, it's 1,500. Your next skill, it might be like 2,500 or something like that. But the fact that that system exists in the first place is amazing, because I've played this game, I don't know, probably at least 50 to 100 hours between betas and stuff like that, and I think I got a 5-sider once. So I do not even want to try to get a 6-sider, and I'm not looking forward to trying to do that. So my analysis of this game is, it is quite pay to win, but very free to play friendly. It's easy to earn all the stuff to get rerolls as much as you like, and it's very free to play friendly. They have lots of free to play friendly events and that sort of thing. You can grind to your heart's content, and most of these materials will drop. yeah, it's very, very free to play friendly, and that's the most important thing to take out of this. One thing, like, I know this game's about to come out in hours, I believe, from the time of this video releases, but if there's one thing I would recommend them to change, or rather completely take out of the game, is this Essence tab. As you can see here, you can come into this Essence tab and basically buy these reroll things for your skills with no limits. So just remove this tab. I mean, I think you get plenty from these bundles and stuff like that. Reroll stuff on a weekly basis. If they remove the Essence tab and just leave it to weekly limited bundles for getting these rerolls, it would definitely make the game far less pay to win and kind of close the gap between the whales and free-to-play players. And also, removal of this tab would go a long way for anyone with gambling addiction, because I don't even have a gambling problem, but I even find myself like just going for that, just one more spin when I'm doing some of these. So for example, if I go into one of my rune enchants, let's just register teleport here. Let's go, for example, maybe I want to get another side on my teleport here, and I just hit enchant. I'm like, crap, one more spin. And you can actually even like set it up to automate, so you can go in here and put, let's say I want six sides. Chance of 6 slot appearing is low. At least it tells you that. And then I go, okay. And it'll repeat automatically depending on how many I have here. And I'll go, just sit here and watch it and be like, oh, one more roll. It's basically like a slot machine. It's really like, I honestly expect this game to get banned in countries that have very strict gambling laws. So remove that Essence tab, and maybe you'll save some people with gambling addictions some money from coming in here and just trying to buy these things infinitely. So to sum it all up, I would say the game is very pay to win, but it is also very free to play friendly, grinder friendly. If they remove that Essence tab that I was talking about, that would go a long way to closing the gap between whales and free to play players. But from what I've heard in Korea, like, there's tons of free to play players that are outperforming the whales. This game also is very, very difficult, especially in comparison to something like Diablo Immortal. Like, this game does take skill. So whales, your pocketbooks won't get you too far. One thing I thought was funny that one of the Korean players said is that this game is not pay to win, it's pay for luck. And luck can only get you so far. So yeah, I can definitely see that. And if you watched any of my streams against some of these bosses, you see this game is very difficult. The raid bosses are also very difficult. No, I wouldn't say very difficult, but require coordination with some difficulty as well. So yeah, if you're a whale, don't expect to be able to come in here and just kill everything with your credit card. It's probably not going to happen. Anyway, if you have a gambling problem, I would definitely play this game with caution. Put some severe limits on your credit card if you can, that sort of thing, because even, like I said, even as someone without a gambling problem, I find myself going for like one more spin a lot in this game. A lot. Anyways, Undecember, very pay to win, but also free to play friendly. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you guys in game. Peace and GG's.